I also got a story about where I got kidnapped.
I'm sorry, what? You got kidnapped? What?
Yeah, I got full on kidnapped one time.
Okay, oh, I need to hear this story.
Okay. So there was a time that I decided to use a dating app one time. Time was tough. And I decided that I was going to use a dating app to try to meet someone. And I matched up with a girl that was drop dead gorgeous. I'm talking like out of my fucking league, right? And I was convinced that this was a catfish because I was like, there's no way, right? Like, I'm an average guy. Like, I'm not saying I'm ugly, but I'm also not handsome, right? Like, my whole name came from the fact that a girl in high school was rating the guys on how attractive they were. And she came to me and said, you're average in every way possible. And then moved on to the next guy. And I said, I'll take that. I take that. You know? That's great. So.
Is that...
What?
Is that your origin story?
That's my origin story. My name's actually Bo. And a girl came up to me and said, you are average in every way possible, when she was rating all the boys in the class. And I said, I will fucking take that. I said, abso-fucking-lutely. I will take that. So I became your average Bo.
Damn.
Real lore. Real VTuber lore, by the way. So, anyways, I matched up with this person. And I was convinced it was a catfish. I was so convinced that I was like, hey, let's meet up at this restaurant my friend works at. She didn't know my friend worked there, right? So what I did is I went there and I came a little bit early and because I didn't want my heart to break, right? So I went to the back and the guy let me into the back from the back entrance. And I was like chilling out with him. And then she actually walks into the restaurant. Genuinely walks into the restaurant. And I'm like, holy shit. She's fucking real. Oh my god. This is she's actually this like, what the fuck? And not my roommate, my friend is like, holy shit, dude. I'm like, oh my god, right?
Holy crap.
Yeah, I'm like, holy crap, dude. I'm literally pogging. So, you know, he hypes me up. I leave from the back and I go back down the road and I go back up the road again. I act like I just walked there. And I'm like, yo, you know, I'm like, hey, it's good to see you, right? I also did this whole thing where I messaged her and I was like, hey, are you at the restaurant? And she's like, yeah, it's me. So I double confirmed it was her, right? So we sit down and we talk. Very pleasant conversation. Very great. We're having a good time. And so she's like, are you ready to go on our date? And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'm ready to go, right? And she's like, okay, cool. So we're gonna go to the zoo, and now this is like November, December. It's getting cold, is what you need to know. It's pretty cold out, right? And the zoo we're gonna go to is a open air zoo. Like it's cold, right? And I'm like, you know, we're already in the car, we're talking, we're yapping, and we're like going down the road together. And she's like, I can't wait to go to the zoo and stuff like that, right? And I'm not really like looking at her. I'm like looking out the window right now. Because I'm like nervous, so I'm like looking out the window, and I go, you know, it's a little bit cold for a zoo. I don't really think I want to go to a zoo right now. And the conversation lulls. It dies entirely. It like you could hear a pin drop, right? And I'm just like, oh, that's fine. She's probably like thinking about something else to say. She's a little bit awkward, you know. It's fine, right? Because I just didn't want to go to the zoo because it was cold. It was cold out, dude. It was like we were bundled up, right? And so I was like, yeah, maybe we go to like a movie theater or something like that, right? I was like, hey, do you know there's a movie coming out and I really want to go and, you know, we could go see the movie. And I'm still looking out the window. And I happen to notice the car is going a little bit faster than it was before. Just a little bit. And I feel the car kind of lurch. And I'm like, that's odd. We're still going at the same speed limit. We haven't went on an off ramp or anything like that. And I turn around and I look at the girl. And she is fucking death gripping the goddamn steering wheel. And she is pressing a little bit harder on the gas than what I would argue is maybe acceptable. And I stare at her. And she doesn't look at me. She continues looking straight ahead. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, this is like, you know, I'm like, this has to be a bit, right? She's going to be like, I'm just fucking with you, right? This was not a bit. We got just a little bit faster than I thought we would. And I think we got to a speed that I was like, okay. And I was like, you know what? Actually, I love the zoo. Animals are my favorite fucking thing ever. And I thought about it a little bit more. and I love the zoo. And she goes, oh, she actually sighs and she like slowly lets go of the wheel. And she goes, thank God, because I have stayed up all night planning this. And like, I don't know what I'd do if we like couldn't go on the schedule that I had set for us. I think I just don't know what I do. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Great. I'm glad that you've had this whole schedule planned out for us that you did not confirm with me, by the way. I'm glad that you have this whole thing planned out, right? So I'm like, all right, let me bundle up for the fucking zoo now. So I'm a little scared right now, right? I'm a little spooked. So she pulls up to the zoo, and we get out, and I'm trying not to look at my phone right now because I feel like I'm getting the vibe that she's like the kind of girl that would like look at what you're texting to someone, and I don't want to text my friend right next to her being like, "Dear God, call the police. I need help. Like this is I'm scared." Right? So I'm like, you know what? We get to the zoo. I'm like, I have to go use the restroom. So I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick. All right? I'll be right back. And she's like, all right, that's fine. I start walking toward the guy's restroom, and the restroom is split this way. It's like a T shape. It's the best way I can describe it. On the left is the man, on the right is the woman. It's like that, right? And it's like little stalls. So I'm walking toward that section, and she's right behind me. And I'm like, okay, maybe she has to go to the restroom too, right? So I take a left, and I go into the boys' bathroom, and I go in there, and I fucking text my friend. I'm like, hey man, the date's going a little crazy. I don't know what's going on, so I might be back sooner than I expected. And he's like, yeah, man, what's going on? And I'm like, I'll get back to you because I'm not exactly sure. Like maybe, like, you know what? Here, give it a benefit of doubt. Maybe she's just nervous, right? Like maybe it's coming off kind of like aggressive, like possessive, but maybe she's just nervous, right? And it's coming off that way, and she doesn't mean for it to be. So I'm like, you know, hey, hold off on the alarm bells for right now. It's just getting a little bit weird, right? And I do that, and I flush the toilet, and I go to walk out the bathroom, and I run headfirst into her. She stayed there by the entrance to the boys' bathroom, the man's bathroom, waiting for me to come out. She was right there at the door. And I walk out, and I run into her, and she goes, oh, great, you're back. Like, yeah, where the fuck do you think I was going to crawl out the goddamn window? I don't know. So, like, I'm like, oh, hey, yeah, let's go and enjoy the zoo. And to be fair, though, let me say this, though. She was cooking. The zoo was nice. Okay, they had gibbons. That's my favorite animal. If you guys haven't seen them, they're long-ass armored monkeys, and I love them. So that was a plus. That was pretty cool. They had like a section where you could go across a bridge, and they would like swing over your head, and you could duck. It's fucking awesome, dude. So pog for that. Yeah, major pog for the fact that we had gibbons there. That was awesome. So after this, we go to a botanical garden, which was like an indoor thing. And I was like, okay, that's fine, whatever. Now it should be known, I don't drink. You know, I don't drink and I don't smoke. I just never done any of this stuff because I promised my mom I wouldn't. Unironically, that's the real lore. When I was 10, my mom said, make a pinky promise with me that you won't ever drink and you won't ever smoke. And I said, I promise, Mom. And I fucking pinky promised her, and I'm going to fucking hold that promise. Okay? Because I love my mom. My mom's great. So, I never drank before.
Cool. She let you donate $500 to me.
600. Let's not undermine her charity, right? Someone said good boy to me. Thank you? I don't know. I'll get back to you on that one. You, hold that thought. So we go to the botanical garden. Afterwards, she's like, we're going to go wine tasting, right? Oh. Now, again, I never drank before. I never had wine. I don't know what the fuck to do with wine. But she takes me to, like, a wine tasting place. Now, here's the thing that I didn't realize, is that they put out crackers so that every time you get done drinking wine, you eat a cracker to get your palate cleansed again, right? I'm sitting at the fucking counter like a dumbass, like I'm a 5-year-old. I'm just going, oh. I'm just eating the fucking crackers. I'm just eating them. And they keep bringing me out more. Because they're like, well, when the wine comes, you're going to need it. And I'm like, don't mind if I do. And I just keep eating more crackers, right? And like, I had no idea that was meant to be to cleanse my palate. I didn't know. I was hungry, right? So I was like, whatever. So we try wine. Sucks. Wine fucking sucks. Did not like it. Tasted like ass. And I felt bad because the person was like, yeah, this is all grown here. This is from this state. And we're very proud of the work that we do in here. It's very hard to get vineyards working like we do here. And, you know, it's like, it's a refined taste. And I'm going, I'm like making a face every time I take a sip. I'm like, but I'm trying to like hide it. Not doing very well. So I'm making a face every time, and the guy's very obviously telling that like he can tell I'm just not liking it because I take one sip and I go, that's good, and I set it down and I just immediately eat a cracker. So he knew I wasn't really vibing with it. However, we tried so many wines that I get a little bit wine drunk. Okay, now I don't know what being drunk feels like, but I was very tired and I was very like, ugh, like a little bit, right? I got mom wine drunk, if you will, you know? If I was gonna go put my lipstick on, I would have smeared it all over my face. That's kind of wine drunk I am right now, right? So we're in the car and we're going back, and I'm like, hey, the date's finally over. And she's like, yeah, let me drop you off at your place. And I'm like, no, I'm okay. I'm like, that's fine. I have a friend that's at the restaurant. I'm gonna go home with him. And she goes, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. I'm definitely sure. And she's like, I mean, I could drop you off. Like, I could tell you're a little tipsy. I'm like, no, it's fine. It's okay. I'm okay. I'm fine. So I had to like plead with her to drop me off at the restaurant where we all met up, right? And so she pulls up to the restaurant, and I'm going, well, this has been fun. I will catch you later. And I go to get out of the car, and she grabs me by the wrist, and she pulls me back in, and she goes, I want you to know I had a lot of fun with you today. And I go, okay, thanks, man. I had a lot of fun with you too. And she goes, no, I had a lot. You should give me your number. And I go, oh, okay. Now, reminder, I'm a little tipsy. I'm also a little scared, right? So I give her my friend's number. And I go, all right, I'll catch you later. And I go to get out of the car, and she grabs me by the wrist again and pulls me back into the car, looks at me next to her, and calls the number. Obviously, my phone does not fucking ring because it's not my goddamn number. So I go, oh, I'm so tipsy right now. I'm so fucked up right now, girl. I gave you my friend's number. Oh my God. That's so silly of me. And she goes, that's fine. Give me your number. And she stares at me, and I look at her, and it's like one of those moments where she does like a genuine laugh. She goes, that's so funny. But seriously though, give me your number. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I give her my number, and she calls it again with me in the side passenger seat, right? And it rings, and I go, there you go. Sorry, I'm just a little tipsy, right? And she's like, yeah. She's like, it's fine. I'm just glad I got your number. And she goes, hey, and again, I want to remind you, I think that you are the one. I go, what? And she goes, I think you're him. And I go, oh. She's like, I don't think I've ever had this much fun before in my life. And I think that we're meant to be. And I'm like, this is our first date. And like, I'm like, yeah, I feel that way too. Because I'm starting to get like a little scared now. And I'm like, yeah, I felt that too. Anyways, I'm going to go now. And she's like, all right, I'll message you later. And I'm like, okay. So I get out of the car and I go to the restaurant, and she stays in the parking lot. She stays in the parking lot and is not moving, and she can see into the restaurant. So I'm like, I'm about to go into the back, and then I realize that she's looking, and so I'm like, okay, to save my friend, I'm going to tell him to come out here to me. So he comes out and he sits at the table with me, and we sit there and we talk. And eventually, I don't know how long, I didn't time it, she pulls away. She pulls out the parking lot, and I'm like, dude, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And he's like, listen, my shift's almost over. Okay? I'll take you home. Right? I'll take you home. All right? Just let my shift be over, and I'll drive you home, and we'll drop you off. Like, you know, that was the plan to start with, right? So let's just do it, right? So, yeah, based homie. Based homie. I have some amazing friends. I'm so blessed. So, his shift ends. And he opens the door, and we run out to the back, and I jump in the back of his car, and he gets in the front, and he's like, all right, let's go, right? And I'm in the back because I'm scared, and like I'm on the floor because I'm like, I don't know if she's still there or not. Like, I don't know if she actually drove away. So I'm like in the back of this, like on the floor, like scared. I'm covered in fucking Pepsi cans, empty Pepsi cans, because he's a fucking freak. When he gets done drinking stuff, he just throws it in the back of the car, and he's like, whatever, I don't give a fuck. So I'm fucking covered in Pepsi cans and like all this other slop that he has in the back of the fucking car. And he starts pulling off, and I'm like, I'm gonna stay down here until we get home. That's how scared I am, right? And he's like, yeah. he's driving down the road and he goes, oh, fuck. And I go, what? And he goes, stay down. And I go, what? And he goes, you're not gonna fucking believe it. She's driving past us right now. She was fucking patrolling the road. She was patrolling the road, likely looking for me to walk back home. That's the only thing I could think of. She was looking for me to walk back home. And she was looking to, like, maybe cut me off. She was looking for me to maybe, like, I don't know, to do something. I don't know what it was. Like, maybe offer me another lift back home. I don't know what it was. But she was fucking patrolling the road for me to come back. That's the only thing I can think of, right? So, my friend drops me off. I rush home. I immediately delete the app. I go, fuck that. I'm never doing this again. And I want you to know that entire night I got no sleep because my phone kept going, and it was just her. It was just her shooting me messages. It was her calling me, asking me if I made it home. It was her being like, hey, are you awake? Hey, what's going on? I didn't see you leave. Where are you? Hey, how are you? What are you doing, right? And so I had to, Bo, I need this app. Brother! No, you don't. So basically I deleted, I changed my number. I had to change my number. And that was the day I got kidnapped, from a dating app. Scene.
God. I didn't think it was gonna be like... That's a scary woman. Like, woman is scary, but she's extra scary woman.
Yeah. Bro, I bet there are at least 20 people in chat who wish that were them. No, trust me, the Bozos have been saying this for years. Every time I tell this story, the Bozos are like, God, please pick me next. Please. I got another busy week ahead of me, boys. Gamers. Princesses.